Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sox on Tap. I'm your boy Buzz. I'm joined by my dude Steve, and we're here to talk about another White Sox victory. That's 2 in a row, if you didn't know. This time against the Angels again to close out the series 9-7. Yes, the Chicago White Sox scored 9 runs in a game. If you missed yesterday's game, they scored 11. So, holy crap, 20 runs in 2 days for the White Sox after scoring 3 runs total to start the series. Before we get into this thing, be sure to go to ontapsportsnet.com for all your Chicago sports literature and podcasting needs. Following us on Twitter, Sox on Tap, and on Tap Sportsnet. Following Steve at NWI_Steve, and follow me at Buzz on Tap. Anywhere you can listen to podcasts, you can listen to us, 5-star rating and review, because that's cool and tough. We're presented by Sports Illustrated Media Group. Go to the YouTube, subscribe. Steve, how you doing, man?
Bradley, let me talk to you.
Oh, shit, we got LA Knight in the building? All right.
Yeah. You know, I find it fascinating. Anthony departs, goes down to Nashville, Tennessee, and all of a sudden, the White Sox bats come to life. They explode. I'm not saying Anthony's the problem here, but I'm also not saying it. And that's not an insult. That is just a fact of life. Yeah.
Dude, I think you're on to something there, but you opened the door to bring up wrestling for a minute. And for people that know me, I am what would you say, moderate maybe? Somewhere in the middle, I kind of float in between it. I don't watch like every week, but I do kind of keep up with it. But I saw a clip. I know you don't do the AE dub. I know you don't. I know you're not a fan of that indie shit. But did you see Sting try to jump through a table at 64 years old last night?
I did see that. That was fascinating.
That was fucking wild. Come on.
That was wild. That was definitely wild. But I'll tell you.
Did you pop for that when you saw it, or were you just kind of like?
I mean, I saw it on twatter.com in the morning, and I was like, that's a bold strategy for a 64-year-old man to be doing that. Let me tell you. While we're on the subject here, and just real quick. So in my day job yesterday, I'm going and I'm delivering some equipment to a patient that's having a surgical procedure in a couple of weeks down in Shanahan.
Okay.
Guys are originally from Downers Grove.
Right on.
Him and his kid are watching the replay of AEW when I'm in there going through the use of some of this equipment. And so we get to talking about wrestling a little bit. He tells me he grew up in Downers Grove. His mother used to babysit Randy and Lanny Poffo.
Really? That's cool.
You might know them better, or at least one of them, as the Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yeah, that's fucking sweet, dude. I wish I could have met the Macho Man Randy Savage. That seemed like a cool fucking guy. He really did. We went down a rabbit hole.
Minor league baseball player, baby.
Do we need to get a wrestling pod, Steve? I don't know. I just feel like we reminisced a little bit there. I went back in memory lane. We just spent the first fucking 5 minutes of Sox on Tap talking about wrestling. Tony's gonna be thrilled.
Anthony's gonna love it. Let me.
That's what happens when he leaves us in charge. It's his fault, really. It really is.
But then again, he went down to Nashville.
Yeah, you got to go be all fucking black hockey or whatever.
All of a sudden now they're winning ball games. So
I don't know, man. We might need to fund Tony staying there. You think Jerry will throw Tony a couple grand a week just to stay down there?
No.
No, you don't give a fuck.
No,
you don't care.
Don't get lost in the sauce, Bradley.
So game 1 and game 2 of this series did not go the White Sox way. The White Sox lose I don't know if you would call it a heartbreaker, but they lost in the bottom of the 9th. In game 1, they lost game 2-1. Game 2, they lose 4-2. They kind of lost that one, late. They lost at the beginning. They were down 2-0. They finally got a run in the 7th in that one. Then Anaheim scored and didn't look back from there. So the first 2 games, 3 runs total, 6 runs total only for Anaheim in those games as well. And the reason I dubbed this episode Sympathy for the Angels, they have 2 of the best players in the league, and they're struggling against the goddamn White Sox, who are trouting out fuck all, who knows, out there these days. And that's why I said sympathy for the Angels, because, my God, Ohtani was a beast, Trout's a beast, and they just, they're 44-38, but we know they ain't doing shit.
What's going to be really fascinating to watch is when the Angels, hover a few games above 500, come to deadline, and, maybe 2-3 games out of the wild card, and they hold on to Ohtani, which they should, but it's going to be hilarious when they get nothing for him when he leaves this winter in free agency. And then Mike Trout is going to be left all alone once again.
Yeah, that was real sad if you were an Angels fan. That promo was a good promo too. God, we're all tying it back. We just need to do this more. That's what we're doing now. All right? Playing up to our fucking personalities here. If you want to know what mine is, it's a functioning alcoholic. I'm just kidding. I usually don't drink during the week, but we won. Anyway, in the last 2 games, 20 runs in general for the Sox total. What did you see in the offense in these last 2 days? Like, I'm not going to go through every play like we usually do. We're just having fun tonight. We're just trying to fuck around. We talked wrestling for the first 5 minutes. So what did you see differently in the Sox in the past 2 days than you did in the first 2 games of the series?
Well, the one thing that jumped out to me here, and I'm going to talk just specifically about today's game, they scored 9 runs without the benefit of a home run, which we've seen so many times, and I talk about almost ad nauseum, ball go far, team go far, and deploying the multi-home run strategy. How many times have we seen it this year where the Sox out-homer their opponent and lose?
It's not
often. We see it all the time. Meanwhile, today,
multi-homer games. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, that's not often with multi-homer games. At least I didn't feel like it was.
Meanwhile, today, they get out-homered 3-0, and they find a way to win a baseball game because things just don't make sense.
It's baseball, right?
It is baseball. When you think you've got it figured out, it turns out you don't. Our guy in the comment section here, Voodoo, trying to say that, my guy talking about, Tim Anderson and this and that. First of all, Pedro Grifol is not my guy. I gave him an opportunity when he was hired. I said it during the preseason prediction show. The first 6 weeks, he was going to make rookie manager mistakes. He's made rookie manager mistakes, and he has continued to make them to the point where, in the words of Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful, I'm out. So, Voodoo, I'm going to need you to get your facts straight right now.
So you think that you think that you need to tell Voodoo that you were going to give Pedro a chance? That's everywhere in writing. I think all of us were willing to give Pedro a chance.
No, I can think of one person very notably that wasn't willing to give Pedro Grifol a chance.
Are you going to call him out?
He's in Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh, right. Well, that's right. He did. Wow. Everything keeps coming full circle to that.
I mean, listen, all roads are pointing to, Jack's Barbecue and Rippy's Honky Tonk Bar in Nashville on Broadway Street.
It's getting bad. It's not looking good for him, really. If there's a vote right now, he has to stay down there.
I mean, some might call it a tough scene. I don't know. Yeah.
Fuck, I love, dude. I hope he wins the money bank. All right, back on track.
He is.
He better. He fucking better. Anyway, Lucas Giolito on the 11-5 victory the Sox had over the Angels on today's Thursday, so Wednesday. It was last night's game. How'd you think he looked? I thought that I had tweeted out like those first few innings, man. He was looking okay after letting up 2 runs initially. He got himself under control. He made some shit happen. What did you think about his composure innings 2 through 6 before he let up those solo dolos there in the 7th?
He did a good job of maintaining his composure, like you alluded to in there. And we've seen, a lot of times in Lucas Giolito's tenure here with the White Sox that, when things don't go his way, when he is faced with adversity, that he crumbles under the pressure. Anthony, nada. Absolutely not.
Room, dude. All right. We took over today. All right. Because you're in Nashville. You left. You went on vacation. You left us. All right. Steve, finish your thought.
So Gio, he did a good job of maintaining his composure. Give up the 2 early runs, and then he put that team in a position to come back and win a baseball game. And they did that. Obviously, gave up the 2 additional runs late. Which, I mean, look, the Angels can score runs. Okay, they've got guys that can hit the ball out of the ballpark. This Ohtani guy, if if you're just seeing him over the course of the last 3 or 4 days, the kid might have a future in this game. It's hashtag unconfirmed at the moment. I'm reaching out to multiple sources here to see if that is indeed the case. But, listen, it's something to monitor here. We'll see.
I'll tell you what. We knew what he was when he comes out, but it's amazing watching him every time. I don't care. Like, it's better. It's first. They always say the first time is the best time. I love watching that dude play. If I got to watch him every day, I'd be pretty ecstatic as a baseball fan, just in general. He's unfucking believable. Having him and Trout on the same team should be a cheat code.
You would think so, but the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, of Orange County, of California, of the Pacific time zone have really found a way to squander 2, not 1, but 2 generational talents.
That's so wild to me how they are able to how they're able to keep that going. I mean, they have a plus 36 run differential, like you said. They do score a lot of runs. It's just a lot more runs than we do. I mean, that's for fucking sure. But I mean, why do you think they suck all the time? I mean, they've went out and spent money.
They're kind of what the Sox were for a good portion of last decade. Stars and scrubs.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
There's just not a lot of depth there. There's a lot of guys on that roster that are underperforming, especially I think on the pitching side is relatively inconsistent. I don't feel like the bats have ever really been the problem with this team.
Yeah.
And then now you look at a scenario. Obviously, you've got another bloated contract in Anthony Rendon, who can't stay on the field since he came over after winning a World Series with the Washington Nationals. But it's wild to think that that team just can't get over the hump. It's insane to me.
Yeah, it is fucking wild, man. It's absolutely wild. I forgot to talk about that in game 2 because we were talking about Shohei there for a minute. Talk about what you saw out of him in his start. I mean, he went 6 1/3. He let up 4 hits. He let up 1 run. It was earned. He walked 2. He struck out 10. 102 pitches. I'm not even done of what he did in the fucking game. Like the guy comes up and he gets 3 fucking hits. He hits 2 home runs in the same game that he strikes out 10. That's wild shit.
He's the best player on the planet.
It's not close.
No, it's not. For what he can do on the mound and in the batter's box, it is absolutely unbelievable to watch. And I think I saw a stat that I think in the month of June, he had a slugging percentage that started with a 9.
Yeah, it's fucking wild, dude.
A 9.
His slugging percentage right now is .654.
Yeah. But for the month of June, it started with a 9.
Absolutely fucking wild, man. It's absolutely wild.
Yeah. I mean, that's, as Hawk would say, that's Nintendo stuff.
Who is your MVP from the Sox this series?
I mean, I feel like we have no choice but to say it is Luis.
Does it hurt yet?
Junior.
You held that a long time, dude.
That's what she said.
Making ladies proud, dude. My hair's sticking out of this fucking thing. I look like a jag-off. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I'd say Luis Robert, too. That's definitely fair. I thought he was really good. I like that we got 2 home runs out of Sebi. That was really cool. Other than that, he wasn't that great.
You'll get a multi-game home from him like every 3 or 4 months. And then he just disappears.
Yeah, but I will say, I mean, Tim Anderson had a couple good. I mean, he had a good game, didn't he? He had a multi-hit game in the series.
No,
he didn't.
No.
TA didn't get him. I swear to God, I must have been driving. He didn't. I swear, I thought he had multi-hits. He did. He had multi-hits last night.
I mean,
or today.
I mean, still, he's like 2 for his last 30.
I'm trying to look at the bright side here, dude. All right. Like, all right, I have not completely turned my back on TA as a player. I don't think he's a lost cause just yet. And you know me, I have no problem admitting when I think people are. But man, he was just so good for quite a while for us. And like this little downfall and like that little personal shit that we're not going to talk about because there's no reason to. It's none of our business. But you know, the personal shit that he's going through, people are speculating that that's doing something to him. And you have other personalities on Twitter saying that has nothing to do with it. I'm sure there's a lot of different factors and variables in his life, plus coming off an injury, which is probably why he is where he is right now. But when you get a multi-hit game out of him, I guess it is a rarity now, considering what we held his standard to was we saw that all the time. So you still think he had a bad series after my little rant there?
Yes.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
Yes, he did. I mean,
you tell the truth.
The hope is that, look, the couple of hits today can be a springboard to getting him back on track a little bit here. The fact of the matter is, though, a lot of the reason why the Sox offense is in the shape that it is in is because of TA's inability to, dare I say, hashtag set the tone.
Oh, wow.
At the top of the order.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was fantastic. Yeah, you sneak him in there good. You do it like he does. That's fantastic shit. No, I understand that he sets the tone and stuff like that, but I mean, he can't. Well, I mean, I guess that's the point, right? The only other person who's stepping up really consistently right now is, I mean, Luis Robert. He's been doing it consistently. Stars and scrubs, right, Steve?
Yeah, and Eloy had himself pretty productive, 4 games here. I will say that. So
yeah,
he's starting to drive the baseball again, which is a very welcome sign. This team obviously needs more balance throughout the lineup. Zach Remillard is going and getting his singles in there. Just dropping him in there. He's a BABIP god right now. And look, sometimes you need that.
He's the future.
I'm not sure about that.
He's the future for the rest of 2023.
Well, I mean, that's still remains to be seen in certain circles here.
Again, optimistic.
It's hashtag unconfirmed.
It's hashtag Buzz is optimistic.
Oh,
right. I might be back. It's not
Drink?
because I drank a couple beers. It might be,
is Bert Drink back?
Not yet, man. Not yet. Maybe another 2 or 3 of them. This is just Buzz. Like now, I'm just a little Buzz, and I just want to be neutral, man. I want to be Switzerland. You know what I mean?
They got good chocolate.
It's not offensive to say that, right?
They get no.
Okay,
the Swiss have good chocolate.
Oh, good. I like chocolate.
Yeah.
No, I just want him to be good. And I'm just like, man, maybe Tim will get it together. Like you said, Eloy, I didn't even think to say that. He had a good series at 2 multi-hit games this series.
That'll work.
That
plays.
That plays. So I mean,
as we say in the business.
I hope they can continue up that kind of offense, but I'm not going to get overly optimistic, say they're back or anything like that. I mean, let's.
Well, Bradley, we're not using that word.
What word?
You used the B word.
Oh, back? You can't say that anymore?
Yeah, no. It's hashtag. They are not hashtag redacted. They're not. They're not. We're not doing this.
I just feel like I didn't say they were. I said they weren't.
But you said the B word.
I know I did, but
there's a moratorium on saying the B word.
I'll be careful next time. I won't do it. But they are like, trying to peek in the door, but they're not there because they're, 11 games back of 500. I know our division sucks. I understand all that, but this is a team that's still not going to do shit. I'm just trying to grasp at straws of good little things that I saw over this series. But yeah, I don't really know what else we could even talk about really in this series. I mean, the first 2 games were duds, and then we just talked about the last 2 where they're fucking putting the ball in the air, they're getting on base, they're scoring runs. Keep doing that shit.
I've heard somewhere scoring more runs than the opposition is good.
I heard it helps you win.
It's a preferred outcome, in fact.
Yeah, I heard it helps you win.
Multiple sauces. Multiple sauces.
They can confirm. So Next series, Steve, which starts tomorrow at 8:40 p.m. I hate them fucking late starts, man. At 8,
I mean, the Pacific time zone exists. It's a thing.
yeah, well, it's bullshit.
I mean, I agree.
If I was president of the United States, I'd get rid of it.
You know, I can support that platform.
Thank you. But they play in Oakland at Oakland, and Oakland ain't good. So the Sox have a chance here to do some good because I think Oakland has like just above 20 wins. Let me see. Fucking look at their record here. 21-62. Look at that. I still got it. Still up here. It's all in here. They have a good chance here, Steve, to win a series. You know, I mean, I know they're kind of getting close to that buy-sell type shit, right? Yeah. And this is just the series to fucking change a lot of fans and maybe Rick Hahn's mind if they come out here and get a clean sweep, right?
I mean, if you want to, believe that they can be #redacted, they absolutely have to go out there and get a sweep against the worst team in the league. It's going to be fascinating because there's going to be potentially 2 bullpen games in this series here because, the talk in recent days about Michael Kopech kind of wearing down a little bit here and having a bit of a dead arm period is going to be problematic to see how they go about navigating the pitching side of this over the course of the weekend. They got an off day on Monday, which is going to help a lot, but they're going to have to get creative here with how they do this. And there was a little bit of, I would say, heated debate in a little twatter.com group that I'm part of about why Lance Lynn was allowed to continue to be in the game for as long as he was today. And one of the prevailing thoughts was because of the fact that they could have potentially 2 bullpen games here over the course of the weekend that you got to let Lance kind of ride it a little bit. But my thought to that was okay, yeah, it worked out in the end, but look, if you have to pull Lance sooner and then you have to fake IL somebody for going into the All-Star break, it's not the worst thing in the world. And then if you got to bring some rum-dum up from Charlotte, I mean, it literally shouldn't matter. If you don't have somebody down in Charlotte that can cover 12 outs against this Oakland A's team, we got some discussions we need to have.
We already have discussions we need to have, but that just adds on to the fucking list of shit that we need to talk about. I mean, but you know what I'm saying, dude. When I asked you that initially, it's just one of those fucking White Sox series and the point that they're in right now. They come off, they get 2 wins where they rattle off 20 runs against, a above 500 team with 2 of the best players in the MLB in it. They rattle off 20 runs. Now they're going up against one of the worst teams, and they might go on a run here. I mean, you have the chance to win fucking maybe 5 games in a row against the worst team in baseball, and now you're talking. This is just such a White Sox series. That's what I'm saying. Of like, why can't it ever be decisive? Why can't it ever just be easy? Because they're going to do it. They're going to do what we're saying right now. Okay? They're going to fucking come out here and win. And everybody's be like, yo, pump the brakes. Like, you see? Baseball is weird. They're coming back. And it's going to be like, no, motherfucker.
You said that word again.
I don't care. I'm winning the show today. Okay? I'm breaking all the rules. I'm not saying they're gonna be, though. You know that. I'm just saying that's what the perception's going to be, and it's annoying.
I mean, listen, perception oftentimes is not reality, so people just need to be mindful of that. Oakland has also historically been a house of horrors.
Yeah, The Sox have never performed well there.
So
I'm just banking on Oakland being as fucking terrible as they are and having 10 wins out of 41. Out of 41 total games, they've only won 10 at home.
I mean, listen, it's they're not great. They had a perfect game thrown against them yesterday.
Yeah, man, that was
which is ungood. I don't know if you know this, Bradley, but I've actually attended a perfect game in my life.
In Seattle, correct?
Yeah, that's a true story. Yes.
That is a true story, man.
Yeah, I don't know if our listeners knew that though.
That's legend shit, man.
I mean,
You know what? You know what I did? I went 2 days before Mark Burley threw the perfect game because
I was there the day before.
Yeah, I was on because my 21st is my birthday, and he threw it on the fucking 23rd of July, and I was so upset, man. I was like, man, thanks God, couldn't let me wait for 2 more fucking days to come out. I could have seen a perfect game.
Yeah, no, I was supposed to be there that day, but some work obligations got in the way. You know, it would have been something to be able to go and see my favorite player ever throw a perfect game. Nah. Wasn't meant to be.
No. See, I started the no. All right, man. What's your series prediction here? What do we got? What do you think the Sox do?
I think they're gonna get one.
They're gonna get one. Okay.
Because
do you really? Man, I just felt like I was building you up so good.
That's just what they do. They're
just gonna let us down.
I've heard it said before that you can't get up for the letdown.
Yeah, it's true, man. There's a fucking saying around here.
I've heard that said before.
Ah, man, I got them taking two. Okay. Realistically, I got them taking two. Who's your pick to click game one?
Pick to click game one tomorrow in Oakland. I'm gonna have to go with none other than Luis Robert. Just okay, Junior. Just a baby one right there. Just a baby.
You know what I'm gonna take, dude? I'm gonna take TA tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn his fortune around. I cannot tell you the last time I took him in our pick to click series that we do over on our Twitter. I can't tell you the last time. So
that's
maybe
a bold strategy, Cotton. We'll see if it pays off.
I'm trying to give him some good juju. You know, that's what I'm trying to do. Tomorrow's Friday. Everybody likes Friday.
Source.
You know? Source. Me. I'm the source. All right. You got anything else, man?
You know, just it would be nice if they could go out there and kick a dog shit team square in the nuts and sweep a series and come home on a 5-game winning streak. Because nothing would say America more than coming home for the 4th of July against a team from the Great White North that's polluting our airs right now.
Right.
You know, blame Canada always and forever. Yeah.
Fuck Canada, dude.
Exactly.
They made it smoky around here. That's my closing monologue. Canada, I used to not mind you. Right now, I'm pretty upset at you. So get your shit together because the shit's over here and they say I can't go play outside.
And my final thought, Anthony, stay in Nashville.
You know,
it's not just about you anymore. It's about the rest of us.
You kind of have a service, dude, to, you know, provide us White Sox fans. When you left, they started to kill it. So we could stay in touch and everything, man, but let's stay down there for a little bit more.
Jennifer Lynn, I am issuing you a mandate to keep him down there for the betterment of all of us.
Yeah, you can't come back now, bro. Jen will punch you right in the fucking mouth. So what's up? All right, everybody should be sure to go on tapsportsnet.com for all your Chicago sports literature and podcasting needs. Following us on Twitter at Sox on Tap and on Tap Sportsnet. We're going to make a GoFundMe so Tony can stay in Nashville. I'll have that up later today. I'm just kidding.
But not really.
But not really. I might do it. We'll see what happens. If I have a couple more and turn into Burt Drink, it might pop up. Go to our YouTube, on Tap Sportsnet
Burt
YouTube.
Drink?
He might show up. Burt Drink. I know. He's a real guy. I met him. Hit the subscribe button on our YouTube. It's awesome. We're almost near 1,000 subscribers. We're not too far away, so help us out there. Hit that sub button. Share it with your friends. We'll be back when we're back. It could be Sunday. You know, we just do what we want. You know, whatever. White Sox forever.
White Sox for life.